Hi folks, welcome to week 2 of English 12 distance learning, online learning with Miss Sanabria. Yeah, that is my theme song you'll never hear again, so live it up. Okay, here we go. So I just wanted to kick things off this week by showing you that I've created you this lovely weekly schedule template outline. And it's basically here if you need it. I think that some of us might not, but if you're struggling with how to manage everything, this kind of lays everything out for you in one place for the entire week. So it's not just due dates popping up on Google Classroom. So first things first, you can see that I've moved my office hours this week to Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Feel free to click on the link here if you are interested in signing up for that. I moved that so that hopefully it works better with times for when you guys have live classes for other things. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up. I've also color coded this for you. So you can see that every time there's something green, there's something for you to watch, like one of these video recordings. There's slides for you to review on Google Classroom. So something related to an actual lesson that will be available Mondays and Wednesdays in the morning, hopefully. And then you can see what you should be working on based on what you saw in these videos or read about on the slides. So today I'm going to talk about the essay outline, and then you're going to be working on that until it's due on Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, I'll be talking about writing introductions, and then you'll be working on that until it's due on Friday. So green, there's something to watch. The links will all be made available. And then blue is what you're working on during these days. And yellow is that there's something due. And for the most part, this is always on Google Classroom. So just so you're aware. So first thing that you have due this week is your outline, which is due at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. And then you also have your first paragraph of writing your introduction, or if you're writing the script, an introduction as well, which probably won't look like a paragraph, but you still need to introduce what you're going to be talking about in your podcast. So that's due on Friday at 8 p.m. Now, the other important thing to note about this week is that by Wednesday, hopefully myself, Wendy, or Nyla will have given you feedback on your thesis statement by this day at some point, probably by the afternoon. If you received a score that is lower than a 3, you can redo it and resubmit by Friday at 8 a.m. Don't confuse those two things. First, you need a thesis statement before you can go to an introduction. So at 8 a.m. on Friday, revise thesis statement, just resubmit to the same place you submitted the first time on Google Classroom. And then by 8 p.m. Friday night, introduction. Okay. Please let me know if you have questions about thesis statements. But that's kind of a system we're hoping will help you guys to improve those thesis statements. All right, let's talk about what you're working on first this week, which is your outlines. So on Google Classroom, you will see that I've provided this essay outline. It outlines the entire structure of the essay, which you don't necessarily have to worry about yet. The stuff that I want you to care about for this first assignment is all highlighted in yellow. So if it's highlighted in yellow, that means that you have to do it. Okay. And basically what that is the evidence. So you've given me a thesis statement theoretically. Now I want to see all the evidence that you have collected and how you plan on using that, what you think that evidence means. So you're going to fill in your thesis statement. You don't have to do any of this stuff yet. Okay. You can if you're feeling like it, but don't get crazy. All right. So eventually you will, like on Friday, but right now, just the highlighted yellow stuff, okay? So thesis statement, and then you're gonna tell me the topic sentence for your first subtopic. You might have you might have 2 subtopics, you might have 3, but you need to still be doing topic sentences to introduce what those subtopics are gonna be about. The other important thing to remember, this might be multiple paragraphs. You can have more than 1 paragraph in a subtopic. Every time you have a new paragraph, you need a new topic sentence, okay? You know this, but I'm just reviewing that for you, okay? Once you've written your topic sentence, which is the thing that tells me what you're going to be arguing in this thesis statement, sorry, my cat was barging into this video. So once you tell me what you're going to be arguing about in this paragraph, then you're going to give me your evidence. So you can quote, you can paraphrase, you can summarize, but you got to put your evidence here in this box. And then you are going to start interpreting it for me by telling me what it means. So you can paraphrase it. Oh my gosh. The joys of working from home. You can paraphrase it if it's a quote. You can zoom in on specific language that you think is important, or if there is figurative language like a metaphor or a simile, be sure to go ahead and explain that. So evidence here, and then what it means here. The important thing to note is that for every subtopic, you need evidence from both sources. Okay, from Brave New World and from your secondary source. So whether you want to have more pieces of evidence than that, that's fine. But you need to remember that you need at least one piece of evidence from each thing, and you need at least 2 subtopics. So you should at least have 4 pieces of evidence. Okay, 2 pieces of evidence, 2 subtopics, 4 pieces of evidence. All right. Now you might have more than that. Fine. But just show me, but that's what I want to see at least by Wednesday. Now I'm imagining that when you guys get into actually writing this essay, some people are going to want to do like the 2 pieces, the 2 quotes, the 2 pieces of evidence, and then analyze all that side by side. That's fine. You don't have to follow the order necessarily completely that you see here. But for now, this is just a structured way that you're telling me the evidence that you have. Okay. So you do that for subtopic 1, repeat for subtopic 2, and then repeat it again if there's a 3rd subtopic. If not, move on to the conclusion where all you're doing is re-saying the thesis statement. I put some notes down here because, like I think I've mentioned, you guys already wrote a really big, super hard, important essay in the fall semester. You know how to do a lot of this stuff. You just let it go right out your mind. Don't do that, okay? Reel it back in. So don't forget what a topic sentence is. And also don't forget, in a concluding sentence, not only are you concluding, but you're transitioning to the next thing. Okay. And then lastly, don't forget all your MLA format. So if you're using a quote, paraphrase, or summarize, you still need the parenthetical citation. Okay. And what goes in there is author, last name, page number. A lot of us are using things that are not books as our second source. So I put a link here for you to see, to click on and go to the site where we got a lot of MLA support during senior thesis, which should have the information for how to cite all sorts of things like movies, videos, articles, stuff like that. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense, and hopefully that if you guys have any questions, you'll reach out to me, come to my office hours and let me know what you guys are doing. So, and how you're doing. See you guys soon when we talk about introductions. Bye.